In this video, I will be demonstrating a technique on how to avoid the Argentinian flag sign in an intumescent cataract. Basically, I am going to be performing the double rhexis technique. So in this intumescent cataract, after performing my 2.8 millimeter phaco incision, I then go ahead and place two side port incisions on either side of the main incision. And under an air bubble, I stain the anterior capsule with trypan blue. It's important to get an even staining of the capsule. Make sure you have enough dye in there under that air bubble. Following this, I express both the air bubble as well as the trypan blue with 2% HPMC, filling the entire chamber with 2% HPMC. And this is very important. Just placing some HPMC over the cornea for better visualization. I'm initiating my rhexis, and here I am planning to do just a 2 millimeter rhexis. There is some egress of the fluid, but I still have good visibility, and I am just slowly trying to make a very small rhexis. Since it was not possible to continue with control with the cystitome, I once again fill the chamber with HPMC and taking my Euthyrata forceps very carefully. This is all unedited. I go ahead. Initially I thought this was complete, but there is a small tag there. Be careful. I once again re-enter the chamber, hold the tag and complete the 2 mm CCC. Now I take a Simcoe, and my idea is to decompress the lens. More importantly, it is to break the equatorial block so that both the anterior part of the lens in front of the nucleus and the posterior part of the lens, that both the compartments anterior and posterior to the nucleus, the pressure is equalized. So I am just trying to aspirate out all this swollen cortex, especially peripherally. I am trying to take that out, and since I have two side ports as well, I make use of the side ports also. And watch very carefully. At the same time, I am nudging and pushing the nucleus as well. My end point would be when I can rotate the nucleus within the bag with a rotatory action of my Simcoe cannula. So I keep persisting in, and now you can see as I am rotating, more and more cortex is getting kicked up. This is my end point. Once I know that the nucleus is rotating well, I again place HPMC, and going with my micro scissors, I make a small nick on the edge of the rhexis, and then taking my Euthyrata forceps once again, I go ahead and fashion a 5 mm rhexis, an adequate rhexis. Try to avoid that tag coming into your incision. If it does, you can just snip it off and then continue. And that's it. I have got the adequate rhexis that I wanted. The nucleus isn't that dense. Just take off some superficial cortex and start chopping. Since it's not that dense, I'm not even using a sharp chopper. I'm using my Sinskey hook or dialer. So it's almost like a quick chop with a bit of the woodcutter's technique, and any of the free fragments that come like that central part, I just emulsify and remove it. I usually like to make at least 4 fragments. Once done, I start emulsifying the fragments. And there, that's done. Once I've handled the nucleus, I go ahead with my bimanual. And these cataracts will have a lot of cortex right in the fornices. So you have to sweep in the fornices, but you have to do it carefully. I'm also cleaning up the equatorial cells and the anterior capsular cells from the anterior capsular rim as well. And I repeat the same action on the other side. Then under HPMC, I go ahead and inject my single piece foldable IOL within the bag. And this is almost to the end of the surgery, where I am aspirating all the HPMC out of the chamber as well as from behind the lens. We finally conclude the surgery by hydrating the wounds and placing an intracameral antibiotic. Thank you for watching.